All right. Hello, gang. This is Bud, and welcome to podcast 76 of the Pickleball Krewe. Today we have a special guest, and Ken's going to introduce him.
Yeah, we're fortunate enough to have Mats Dolese on. Mats has been, at least I've been around Mats playing pickleball, and I'll tell you, his game has gone, it's just accelerated at such a fast pace. He's really a rising young star in the Mandeville area. But Mats, why don't you start us off with, let's take us all the way back. First off, were you athletic as a youth growing up, and what kind of sports were you involved in pre-pickleball?
Yeah, I was involved in a lot of sports growing up. In a diaper, I grew up playing tennis, with my dad. The first things that my dad taught me and my siblings was hand-eye coordination. So in the driveway, he taught us how to, um, like we use hockey sticks and a tennis ball to get hand-eye coordination and
Wow.
just go around the driveway and learn that. And then, my brother played tennis growing up when I was growing, you know, but mostly through my childhood, I played um, baseball, mostly basketball, a little bit, a lot of soccer, and you know everything kind of fell off with that around like eighth grade, so I was around like 13, 14 ish. And then after that, I started taking tennis very seriously. But at the age around 10, I picked up pickleball because my parents' driveway at our old house was big enough for a pickleball court, but we always before played miniature tennis. And so one day my dad was like, "Yeah, I have a pickleball set from college." He went to UL in Lafayette, and he had it in the garage for a while, and he was like, "Let's just play one day." So one day I just picked it up, and ever since then I never stopped. And like a week or so later, my dad found out that they had it at Pelican Park Gym about what, over at least 5 years ago, a couple of years ago. And one time we just went to go play, and that's where it started.
So Mats, how old are you now? So everybody, our viewers will know.
I just turned 19
Just turned 19
2 weeks ago. Yep.
2 weeks ago. Happy birthday! Happy
Thank
belated
you.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you're born and raised in the Mandeville, Louisiana area? Is that correct?
I was born
Chicago,
in Lafayette.
Lafayette.
Yep.
Okay.
But I moved to Mandeville when I was 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you went to the gyms around 13, I mean, that's kind of the time that Vicky and I first went to the Pelican
Yep.
Park gyms.
Yep.
2018, 29, yeah, 2018,
I
2019, 4 or 5.
I think y'all and John Breen were like one of the first people I met,
Hmm.
and Nelson and them. Yep.
Yep, yep, yep. I remember a lot from the old crew back then. That was a lot of
Yep.
fun. That's when we
Yeah, that
first
was.
took it up.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay, so now it's 2018. You're playing pickleball at the gyms. Tell us about, how the love for the game, and how did you think about the game then versus, as you're starting to think about it now?
Um. Well, back then I was kind of when I first started, I was kind of still in other sports, so I didn't really take it that seriously. I was also playing a little bit of golf
Hmm.
back then when I was younger, so I didn't really take it that serious. And then Um, I started getting into tennis more, and I knew I was going to be playing high school tennis in high school. So I was, getting ready for that, and then pickleball just picked up, and so I never really looked at it that seriously until about maybe my first tournament, and I entered as my first tournament uh, 2 summers from now, and my first tournament was a 4A tournament. Ended up getting third in mixed with oh, I can't remember that. But yeah.
Was that did you partner with Jen Eno?
No. I played with Michaela. That was in
Michaela.
Jen's tournament though.
Okay.
Yep, yep. And we played in it was in Hammond. That was like my first tournament. And then um, yeah. And ever since then, I started taking it very seriously, and I have hopefully a big future ahead for what's coming.
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Pickleball Krewe. We are a group of pickleball fanatics based in southeast Louisiana and are passionate about all things pickleball everywhere. Our focus is to inform, acknowledge those who help build the game regionally, and promote tournaments in our area. We do our best to present this with a love of the sport, a sense of humor, and a lot of fun. So join Vicki Wynn, Ken Wynn, Jeff Fuchsia, and me, Bud Klein, in our latest episode. We are glad you are along for the ride.
All righty. So what we're really, interested in is that you got some new news, we know, but we want to know so much about you just talking about your hope in the future is going to be really bright and everything else. We'd like to know a little bit about what you see. How would you like that to look?
Yeah, I mean, as of now, I'm just trying to play it a day at a time and just really focus on training. And I know I have a week left of high school next week. But my plans, I plan on moving in August, or don't plan on, but for sure moving in August to September to Boca Raton, Florida. I have a couple friends, and my dad just wants to give me the shot, and he plans on moving with me. So he's just giving me the shot to move out there. Bunch of friends that I made mutual connections with at tournaments, like Will Howells. Um, I got to meet Eric Onson's, Staxrud, in that group, mutual connections. A guy named Tanner Tomasi, he's big on YouTube, does a lot of teaching videos. His drilling partner, Ridley, he's a really cool guy. So yeah, that was that's my plan as of going with them to. Oh, also Hayden Patrick, and can't forget about him. So those are my big connections to moving out there.
Well, I know that your dad has instilled drilling in you, and so tell us, what are some of the drills that you do, and how important you think is drilling has been to your development?
Oh, I never, mm, I didn't drill probably after. I didn't really think of drilling that much when I first started playing competitively, so I didn't drill maybe till after 6 months of starting. Drilling improved my game so much faster, like dramatically. It changed me from my first tournament from being a 4-0 player to like a 5-0 in less than 2 years. So,
Hmm.
um, I do a lot of when I first started, I did a lot of had to work on soft game, so because come from tennis and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I use a lot of that. But nowadays, I'm still, always working on soft game and stuff like that. But a lot of the things I like to work on is 2v1 situations. Um, like I'll have two buddies, two drilling partners at the kitchen, and I'll work my way up through transitions. Always trying to add new shots to my game because, at the end of the game, if it's a close match and you can hit an unexpected shot that you haven't hit all game, then that helps you. You know what I mean? And you can execute it, and it'll help you so much. Um, and always just trying to work with multiple different drilling partners because you get the different type of styles of play. Um, but recently, in the past like 6 months to a year, I'm more focused on off the court stuff, so mental training and like reading books and especially physical training. Um, over this like from last summer into this summer, we really put physical work into working out and drilling and cardio and strength conditioning stuff like that, and ended up losing a lot of weight and helping me out on the
That's
court.
great.
Yeah.
And
So
I was
name.
going to say,
I'm
is
sorry.
there
Go
a
ahead, Vicky, if
favorite
you have a question.
scenario? Is it the 2-on-1 that you do really like, and
Yeah. Good
that
question.
work headed towards the Novali line? Is that kind of one of your favorites?
Yeah, yeah. The I like to work on transition with 2v1 because the two people there and you're by yourself just adds a lot of pressure to get up there.
Right.
So yeah, that's
Not hard enough to
probably one
do
of
it
my
as it
favorite drills
is,
to
but
work
now
on.
Mhm.
you're one person against two, and so
Yep,
that's a great way to challenge yourself.
yep,
That's
yep,
an
yep,
awesome drill. Yeah, that
yep.
sounds like it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, is there a book that you read that's been really motivating from a mind game standpoint, a mental side standpoint?
Um, yeah, I never was really a big reader growing up, but I've because you know just growing up and just having to read books through school and stuff like that. So but I read two books that really changed a lot for me. I had Inner Game of Tennis and Atomic
Mm-hmm.
Habits. Atomic Habits helped me a lot with habits outside of the court and a better lifestyle. And Inner Game of Tennis just helped out with all like the whole part of the mental game.
That's great. And are you a big
Yep.
believer in like the power of positivity and the positive side of thinking when you're on the court?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, in the past like 6 months, I had that was probably a little setback for me was my like mental side, because like some setbacks like shorter than a lot of people on the court, and you know so stuff like that would get to my head easily and stuff like that. So yeah, over the past 6 months reading and helping me learn to just stay positive, and you know mistakes are going to happen in pickleball,
Absolutely.
so just learn a lot of the mental parts of the game. I feel like pickleball is like more like a 90% part of the pickleball is the
Hmm.
mental 90% part of the game. I mean, I grew up playing baseball. Baseball is a pretty mental game too, but I feel like pickleball underratedly is pretty much the same.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's great. I got to tell you, and it's very candid of you to say. I mean, that's we all have. I think we all have our little things that we have to kind of overcome being out on the court. And
Yeah,
if you can think that, hey, no matter what circumstances or no matter what my opponent look like or what physical attributes they have that I may not have, that hey, I can still get this done. There's still a chance
right.
for me to get this done. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, one of my biggest role models growing up was Rafa Nadal, and he's a big mental tough guy. And in one of the interviews, he was asked, like, he lost a match, and he was asked, "Why didn't you break a racket?" And he was like, just try and stay positive, because if one thing happens, it can lead on to the next, and it just gets worse from there mentally.
that's so true. So true. And it is a matter of training yourself not to do those things. So that's great. You should be proud of that
Yep.
for sure.
Yep. Yep.
So I
Yep.
So
I was
you're.
going to say,
Go
so
ahead,
we
Vicky.
did mention on
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
in the question, sort of where you see the big end result. How far would you like to take this? What do you see as your future?
As far as I can. So I just recently signed with the
Hmm.
APP last week, um, and I they mostly were looking at me to join them on their team as next gen, because I'm a junior. As of now, I'm ranked #1 in the state in juniors. So and it was so they scout a lot of juniors all over, and they noticed, the next gen era ends like the cap age is 23, so I just turned 19, so they recognize, I have a lot of growth for improvement and a lot of years left to get going. But I mean, also I mean, just trying to get as far as I can, but also take it a day at a
Hmm.
time, and I'm just pretty blessed to have this contract with the APP and be able to play all the other big tournaments, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very
Absolutely.
excited.
So for those who are watching, can you explain what does the APP stand for, and what signing with them really, what does that entail?
Yeah, so it's the APP is the Association of Pickleball Pros, and they just signing with them entails will be I have to play a percentage of their tournaments a year, as I'm on a salary for a contract for 3 years right now. Um, I think it's 3 years and 6 months. I'm pretty sure. And so I will be traveling all around. I finish school next week. I finish exams, and after that, it's full on from there.
Wow,
That is great.
that's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep. Very excited.
Absolutely. Well, and you know how we
Yep.
are with our local heroes. We love to watch you guys and root you on. So we expect to have reports every now and then and let us know how things are going.
Oh yeah, I for sure will. Yeah, I'm in all the group chats.
Good
So
deal.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll
One,
definitely like to
we
follow
part.
up
I'm gonna
after you've had a
follow
chance.
follow you real closely on that. So
oh yeah.
Okay, we're going to give you a couple weeks, a month or so to get over there and start to get in the groove of things, and we'll try to catch up with you and see how you're doing. So,
Yeah, sounds good.
when you moved to Boca Raton, correct?
Yes, sir.
When you move there, what does your day look like? Is this like I'm on the court for 4 hours a day. I'm in the weight room. I'm looking at my diet. I'm talking pickleball. I mean, is this like basically full-time pickleball?
Oh yeah. My dad just plans on he plans on retiring this year. He's been an athletic trainer for about 40 years. So he'll be done, and he just plans on looking. I have a couple connections with guys over there that are strength and conditioning coaches, and they work with all the pickleball and tennis pros that live out there. And then yeah, I plan on just to be coaching a little bit, maybe on the side, and just full on pickleball, um, training with my guys. Like when I went to Daytona, I got to meet Statsrud, and he asked me for my number, which was kind of a weird situation, and he was like, I'd love to get to drill with you, and it was just kind of a weird situation. Didn't feel real, but I was like, yeah, of course. Um, 'Cause I just
Did you
told him
say
I
I'll
was
have my people get back to your people?
no, I just told him that I was moving out there, and he was like, "Let me get your number. We'll drill anytime." And I know he likes to help out,
that's not.
younger kids, and he lo- he loves just to help out, the upcoming players. You know.
That's awesome. I mean, wow, that's an awesome opportunity.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah. I'm
truly
very
is. Now,
excited.
what your first
And
tournament actually will be?
my first tournament, as of now, planning to get partners is the APP in Cincinnati,
Cincinnati in
and
May. Okay.
yep. So in a couple
Okay.
weeks.
Well, if you don't mind posting in our little group, or even send us a personal little, let us know, when your tournaments are coming up, so we can kind of look for it,
Yeah,
and
yeah, of course.
get the group to kind of follow you, just like we did, when Taylor Garcia was playing and it was on Pickleball TV, we or ESPN or YouTube, whatever it was on, we all jumped on to try to follow it, and I think we're going to probably start to see some of your matches,
Right.
on
Yeah.
either Pickleball TV or delayed on YouTube, one of them.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, I'll definitely keep in the loop. I mean, Mandeville grew me so much into the player I am now, so I want to give back, and I plan on hopefully maybe someday work with y'all or work with somebody in the area when I move, and I plan on coming back a lot, so I'd love to do like some clinics
That'd
and
be
stuff like
great.
that.
Yeah,
That'd
that
be
would be
great.
awesome.
I'd love to do it maybe in the summer too, because I'll still be here in
That'd
the
be
summer.
great.
So
You
Okay.
mean
yeah,
you'd truly
Okay.
be an
yeah,
inspiration to some of these other juniors who are just picking up the game.
exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I know your dad being athletic trainer, and I see him out there, you all drilling and him working with you. I'm sure he's just been such a big influence in your development.
Yeah, he did a really good part in growing me from a young player to the player I am now. But at some point, he with work and stuff like that, he gets very busy in the football season. So at some point, I was like, well, I know I have to connect with the coach, and I connected with a couple online coaches, but my main coach right now is Jeff Boren, and he's been a great inspiration, and I love
Yeah, he's a
working
great.
with him. Also, Andrea helps me out a lot. Be able to work at her facility and drill with her and stuff
Right.
like that. Also, a couple other
That's
guys.
great.
That's great. That's great.
Yep,
Glad to
yep.
hear that. And that's an all-weather location, so you can go anytime.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. I go after hours too. Don't tell nobody.
yeah. No, no. It's just between us three, four.
Yep.
No, but I mean, having, I mean, a coach like Jeff, and I know Andrea has probably helped immensely as well.
Oh yeah.
But and then having a facility like Category 5, I mean, that's been a blessing for
Mhm.
you to be able
Mhm.
to drill,
Yeah,
Oh
it's a
yeah.
nice thing.
regardless of the weather outside. You're in there drilling. So
The main thing was like before we had an indoor facility in Mandeville. The main bump in the road for me was not having a place where I could drill before
Mhm.
school.
mm,
I have to get to school for 7:30, and Pelicans open at 7 and stuff like that. So, being able to go to Cat 5 before school and stuff like that has helped me a lot for sure. And a place with lights. So, yeah.
That's great. That's good to hear.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
good deal. Is there
well,
anything else
awesome.
about this program that you're hoping to get out of it, or something, maybe perks that they do for you guys? Because I'm sure they monitor you along the way.
Oh yeah. Well, one of the main reasons they were looking at to sign me is because they know I'm planning on moving to Boca pretty soon, and the APP's training facility that they just built the fort. I think it's 40 courts, 12 covered courts, and they're building the first ever um, stadium,
Wow.
pickleball stadium that will seat over 20,000. That will sit over 20,000
Wow.
people. Um, and so it's a huge facility. And that's their training headquarters, which is in Fort Lauderdale. So it's about 10 minutes away from Boca, maybe not even. So that was one of the big reasons why they felt like they wanted to sign me, and how young I am, and watch they were watching me since December. I played APP with PPA in Daytona. Um, and uh, played some 5 divisions. Played really well. Got sixth in singles is my toughest out of 32. Lost my first match and had a really big back draw run. Won like 4 games straight, and then also in doubles I played with a blind date from Jacksonville, and me and him also got sixth in doubles out of, I think, maybe 35-ish teams. And I also qualified for my first main draw.
Oh, that's
Daytona.
great. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah,
all great
yeah.
experiences. And one thing we always say about pickleball is that once you partner with somebody, whether they were a blind date or not, you become friends and you stay in touch with these people. So
Oh
you're
yeah,
going to have a good network of people all over before you know it.
yeah, oh yeah,
That's great.
And of course, we can all say we knew you back when,
oh yeah,
You played in.
oh yeah.
when you're on TV every weekend.
When I was a little gremlin
That's
running on
right.
that court.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
From
Uh-huh.
That's right.
Park.
Oh yeah. Back then in the gym, I didn't. When I was playing in the gym, I didn't have a care in the world. I was just
Mhm.
playing for fun. I love to keep fun in the game still nowadays. I love to go play with my friends and stuff like that. So just to keep the
Right.
fun of it, because that's the one thing you can't lose the fun in the sport. So,
Right.
And trash talk each other a little bit, huh?
oh yeah,
Just a
oh
little.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Right.
just a little.
Well, good deal. Well, we sure appreciate you.
Yep.
Well, guys, any other questions?
No, I don't think so. I think this is all great news and it's
Any
a
que-
wonderful experience for
Well,
you.
Yep.
Matt, is there anything that we didn't ask that you want us and everybody watching to know about you before we close out?
Um. I would just say I look forward to giving it back to the community that grew me in Mandeville. And I just look forward to reconnecting with everybody when I come back and visit. Going to try and visit as much as possible. because my mom will still live back home. So I'll try and be back at least once a month or so, and I'll post all over the group chat and stuff like that when I'm
Yeah.
coming back or when I have a big tournament coming up, so y'all can keep
That
up.
sounds great.
Yeah, come back
Awesome.
and play with us at Pelican Park.
I will,
That's right.
Definitely.
for sure.
Well, Mats, we wish you the best, and hey, everybody, you saw it here before he's the on the podium on Sundays holding up the big trophy. But
Hopefully.
all the best to you, and we've enjoyed watching you. From our vantage point, since we first played with you 5 years ago, to seeing the player that you are now, and you're a tremendous young talent, and we wish you all the
Absolutely.
best.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
guys.
All right, Matt, thanks for joining us
All
today.
righty. Take
See
care.
y'all.
All right, I want to really thank Matt for joining us today. It was a great interview. Sorry Jeff couldn't join us today, but we'll catch him on the next episode. And now, if nobody has anything else, let's just say goodnight.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Hey, from the Pickleball Crew, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next week. Well, that's it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave any comments, and please like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks again, and see you next week.